I was going to ask if you find that you are adaptable to different directors' personalities or producers' personalities.
I am, and I've had to work on that. And that's a challenge for me, but yeah, I am. Again, that's the challenge for me, to do that, but I can do it. It's just, I'm from New York City. Like,
Yeah.
I'm a Jewish guy from New York City. It's like, let's go. Like I want to talk, and I want to
Yeah.
know, and I want to know what's in your head, and I want to know what's in that person's, what's going on, and what's for lunch, and da da da.
Mm.
It just like I have a personality, and I think that also stems from like, being connected to my family. Like I'm a real person. I have like tons of friends, and whatever. I'm not gonna brag about my social life, but you know what I mean. It's like
Yeah.
I'm not like a nerdy, quiet dude.
Right.
Like I'm not sitting in my room like looking at lenses.
Mm.
I'm out socializing and going. I live in Manhattan. My wife and I go out to dinner almost every night. Like, we have a life beyond cinematography. So when I get on set, I can't like shut that off. It's just like
It's who you are.
that's who I am,
Yeah.
and it's just
You've always been that way,
yeah.
even in the beginning of your career, everything.
I mean, I've always been a very social person. I always have been very extroverted I've always been interested in all kinds of things in life, just not cinematography. I'm obsessed with. It's amazing, but I don't look at it. It's just one thing that I do.
You don't solely identify as
No,
that.
not even close. Like I think like, I'm a cinematographer. If someone wants to talk to me about it, like someone cool like you, I'll talk to them about it. But I that's not really like my end all be all. Like I want to go travel the world and be with my friends and be with my family and be like I don't want to live a myopic existence, I want to have I want everything. I want the family, I want the this, and I want the travel, and I want to eat great food and meet amazing people. And it's just, I think in the cinematography world, there is a tendency, it attracts certain type of people. And again, I don't know a lot of DPs because I don't ever on set of them. But to me, the ones that I've met a lot of times are not necessarily fully. I don't want to like disparage anybody, but they just feel like they're so they identify so much with their career that they kind of lose their personality and don't really like develop their sense of self without being connected to a camera and a lens.
I aspire to get to the point where I don't identify only as a DP. Like I want to be, and like I love that you don't identify only as a DP. You do all these other things, and that's your life. I love that, and I think that's hard sometimes for me in the beginning stage because I'm so aggressively determined to succeed in cinematography. I find that I'm so focused on it so often because I'm not where I quote unquote perceive where I want to be yet.
Yeah.
So I think I'm at my point, it's almost like there has to be an imbalance a little bit because I'm
Yes.
super ambitious.
Yes. I think I was there. I appreciate that. But I think it's a slippery slope. Like you have to have goals and set them, and then you have to look yourself in the mirror and be like, check, and now let's try to like do some other things with your life.
So it's essentially, it's not like check, what's next?
Yeah.
It's check, let's turn around for a second.
Well, yeah, I think it's,
A little bit of both.
well, no, I think that I know what you're saying, but I think maybe more clearly it's like, okay, like I've reached a certain goal. I had a goal. Look yourself in the mirror, proud of myself. You have to have moments of being proud and realize that you've achieved a goal that you set out to. Then you sort of, yeah, like turn away from that goal for a second and start spreading your energy around to other parts of life, because life is massive and it can give you so many things and so many avenues that you're just kind of, you can get so absorbed in this world that we're talking about that it can steal your soul. And so I think I mean, I've met all kinds of crew members who you're just like, you're on set like 300 days a year. Like you've lost you're not a person. You're like this weird robot or something, you know?
And I think that's really interesting because a lot of the conversations I have with younger DPs and people is like, I am struggling to find work.
Right.
But then there's also the other side of like, how much work is too much work? And I find that to be a really interesting balance that not a lot of people talk about as well.
Yeah. No, that I've been through that. I've been through, like I said, there was a point a long time in my life where I was so in demand that I was just turning work down constantly. It was just like, and I had to really stop and just not burn out, you know, and again, just try to find other things to do with my brain because I was becoming, you don't want to burn out on the thing that you love, you know? So yeah, I think that's an important conversation as well. Um, but it's all balance. Everything's balance.